Ostara. Grimm got the conclusion of a goddess of shining dawn and returning light from old High German names. The goddess which was given service to was rooted so deeply that the use of her name for the highest Christian festival could not be prevented. I find the personal names Eisterpalt, Hausterpalt, Osterpercht, Ostenpracht, Hosterpert, Austerfried, Austergauz, Austergotz, Austerger, Osterger, Ostermann, Austrolf, Ostrolf, Ostenpurk, Austerhild, Osterhild. The place names Ostarperch, Ostrunberg, Osterperk, Ostrunberg, Osterrave, Osterndorf, Osterheim, Osterholz, Osterhohen, Austermuntiger, Osterrunacher, Osternach, Osternack, Osterperchtesdorf, Osterwitzer, Osterruiza, Ostravice. Gotthard zieht nach Osterfink, and probably also Osterberg near Tegernsee, Osterstube in the Upper Palatinate, Ostergaden near Landshut, Ostersee near Weilheim, and Ostertann near Vilsbiburg are interpreted on Ostara, but I do not have all the references. As the goddess of the returning spring and returning fertility, she places Wolf next to Donar, for whom in Bavaria the Easter and solstice fires were burning. There was the belief that the sun leaps of joy on the third Easter day, as well as the fact that on Karfreitag, Easter time, one had to beat the fruit tree with a mallet to make it quite fruitful. According to related ideas, one binds in the Böhmerwalde on Easter Monday straw buns around all fruit trees in the belief that they will bear abundant fruit. Likewise, people are throttled or slingshot on their name days. There is the saying, grasp one around the neck to make him a bountiful promise to arrange. Grimm found that the old Hessian custom of flower offerings and flower interest are related to Ostara more than to Frohe, and I believe that the custom prevailed in Bavaria and Austria to collect herbs on the day of Frauendreißigst from August 15th to September 15th, and to collect flowers and consecrate them as Mechthild wreaths. Flowers and herbs are harvested when they are strongest, and therefore the time of collecting and the name of the goddess does not have to be related to each other. The meaning gives the use, but how to throw in Bavaria the Mechthilden and Antlers wreath into the solstice fire and put up the herb tuft against witch spell in the stable, because partly they are against thunderstorms, or in the Lechrein the wreaths are torn into pieces and are thrown over the seed fields to banish field spells and bad harvest, so preserved in Tyrol and Carinthia. The consecrated flower tufts are placed in stable and house against witchcraft and devilry, and are burnt to avert thunderstorms and hailstorms. But already in the Easter time, exactly on Gründonnerstag, the people collect the first blooms and braid wreaths, which are consecrated against field spells and are burnt in the half fire. And the consecration of the first tree blossoms, the palm branches and catkin, which protects from thunderstorms in the Bohemian forest to the Alps, also protects from witches, field spells, diseases, and lightning, and are considered generally helpful. It is therefore here as well as there the same basic idea. Therefore I believe not to be wrong if I consider the consecration of herbs on the Frauendreißigst equal to the consecration of palm branches and antlers wreaths at the Palm Assembly, like it were back in pagan times for the goddess Ostara. I am strengthened in this opinion by the belief that the people have with the Easter eggs and especially with the antlers eggs. The latter are eggs laid on Gründonnerstag or Antlerstag, on Donner's Day, and are consecrated on Easter, which one eats to protect oneself from harm and infirmity of the harvest. Partly they are buried in the field, or burned, or even their shells are scattered in the seed fields to cast Bilmesschnitt, that's field spells, and hail. How people in the Upper Palatinate throw a consecrated Easter egg backwards into the fire to quench the fire. It is believed in Tyrol and Austria that a consecrated antler's egg thrown over the roof of the house and buried where it hits the ground is protective against lightning and other misfortunes. Although the antler's eggs bear the name of Ostara, but because of their laying time, their red color, and the use of associated superstition, unmistakably points towards Donar, for whom also the Easter fires were lit. Sacrificial bread was also consecrated to Ostara. A remnant of this use is the still common Easter bread or Osterfladen, which in some areas is of special form bacon, for boys as deer, rabbit, rooster, for girls as hens, and given away. Already in our eldest documents is spoken about a special levy, which is called Steora vel Osterstorfer in Melle Sife in Paltenis per Solvenda. It was this Osterstorfer or Osterstorfer in the Nordgau and the neighboring Osterfranken an interest due at Easter, which is calculated according to the Codex Lauris Harmensis, was served with money or small and blood tithes, or could also be paid in other earnings. That our document expressly mentions the spells, Paltena, and honey among the kingdom's wealth is certainly not by chance, because still today one takes for the Osterfladen the finest wheat flour, and the honey is used to make mead and gingerbread. This use of the Easter service leads me to an ancient custom that also coincides with the Easter season, but does not find an interpretation in the Christian symbolism of this festival. It is a long-standing custom that in Bavaria and Austria the girls at Freudensonntag, that is Joyful Sunday or White Sunday, 8 days after Easter, are served with meat and treats or Skifjern, that is small gingerbread. Eating them and drinking them means to become beautiful and strong. Maybe this was the Easter chalice, one of the goddess consecrated Minnetrunk, which later gave the Easter tax the name. In German Bohemia were the Schee and Stierkitringa at the Gehäustor, the promised day of St. Martin's, and they remind of the old Wurtansminne.